let go, I don't want to, but I'm gonna try. When she left me, yeah, died a little bit inside. You know, maybe things are gonna be alright. 'Cause I just wanna see the light.
It's
I just wanna
Dreamzz
see the
showtime!
light.
And they're on in a great time. But I know which way to go, left or right.
So let go, I don't want to, but I'm gonna try. When she left me, yeah, died a little bit inside. You know, maybe things are gonna be alright. 'Cause I just wanna see the light.
It's
I just wanna
Dreamzz
see the
showtime!
light.
And they're on in a great time. But I know which way to go, left or right. It's all eyes on the Ferrari. Stylo has done the impossible. This is the move. This is the moment.
Try when she left me, yeah, died a little bit inside. You know, maybe things are gonna be alright.
And that puts Rapture on the podium.
I just wanna see the light.
But it's this man who comes home victorious. It's Red Bull and
I
Dreamzz
just wanna
who
see
win.
the light.
That should be better. Let's give that a mic test. Didn't have the right property set up. Well, as I've been muted for the last 5 minutes, MRK and man in the box, top of the board, 121.052 from MRK. Man in the box, 21.591. Tune into Rhythms here as he's on his first timed lap. So that's a purple sector 1. Most of this season for Tier 2, Rhythms has been the guy to beat. Right up there at the top of the standings. Close to the top of the standings. I don't think he's quite retained that top spot. Trying to open that up real quick. Oh, he's absolutely ahead. He's after Abu Dhabi 143 points to MRK's 80. And there it is. Rhythms sets a 120.777. Almost 3/10 quicker than second place at this time. See who else is on track. Got outlapped from Zeech and Newbie. How's it going, Burn? I see you out there. Good win today in Tier 3, man. The Fox in the Williams. Currently on a lap. So yeah, I guess missed a little of my intro at the beginning with the wrong property being set. This is Qatar in MRL Season 15 Tier 2. Unsure exactly of what round this is. You have to excuse me, as this is my debut solo broadcasting for MRL, and it is a pleasure that they have me on here. So we have Qatar, Belgium, Japan, Bahrain, Monza to end the season. So this is round 8 of 12. Yeah, Qatar, I've seen a lot of people in the Tier 3 chat kind of complaining about the track. I, for one, do love this track. The double right-hander is one of my favorite corners. I hit that pretty smooth every time. It's so satisfying to just nail that flat out. Fox to jump up into P4 with 21.718. Go down, join Newbie. Currently at the end of Sector 1 on his lap. Newbie comes around the final corner. P5, 121.9. Got a couple out laps. MRK going back out. Going to take a shot at Rhythm's top time. Yeah, that is true, Burn. Very, very easy to get track limits. As we saw in Tier 3, almost everybody down the field had at least a 3-second, myself included. Rhythm's also going back out on an out lap. Look at Drunken Shamrock here in the V-carb. Looks like he's not actively on a lap. Check into Kiwi with an invalidated lap. Gonna bring it into pit lane. Newbie also bring it in. We got MB Jacobson here. Let's tune in back to MRK. He's currently on his push lap. Trying to take a shot at Rhythm's 120.7, which is absolutely insane. I'll plug the headset in here real quick. Here we go. The lap doesn't look too bad. I don't think I saw any purple sectors, so we'll see if he's got anything for him. As he's bringing it straight into the pits, so it's not been good enough. His Rhythms currently in sector 1 on his push lap. Tune down here to Zeech. The Golden Drift on an invalidated lap. Gonna bring it on in. Bum on an invalidated lap. NVA just starting one. Tilla out currently on his first lap. We'll see how this one goes. We're halfway through the lap here. Super wide right there. Lap invalidated. It's gonna be no time on that lap. We'll catch Rhythms here. Come out of the final turn and he loops it around slightly into the wall. Unfortunate there. We're still holding on to the top time. Fox has an invalidated lap. Newbie on an out lap. Zeech invalidated lap. Then we have NVA here. Current slowest time on the board, looking to improve on that out of the final corner. All the way down, up to P4, 121.5. Great time there from the NVA. It's like Drunken Shamrock. He's gonna bring it on out. Ace on an out lap as well. There's a Newbie starting a lap. Go on board Newbie for this whole lap here. Wide sweeping right of turn 1. Low medium speed left-hander. Down into one of my other favorite corners right here. Double right. That's extremely fun to hit. All the way down into third. Some people just second here. Long sweeping right down through S. Another long semi-straight and invalidated. Just a little too far left there for Newbie. And that lap is not going to count. Kiwi in the Ferrari P10. Currently running through sector 1. Get on board with him to finish an onboard lap here at this track. This is where he's validating it. Too far left right there. And then the triple right. You can hit pretty much flat out on softs. Down into 6 to the left. On front straight, burn what's left of that battery. Down to the line. So I take him up to 5th at 121.586. So And 4th to 5th to 6th place is a matter of .017 is all that gap is from NBA to man in the box. Go down, catch race here. Currently P14 with a 22.9. Yeah, this Tier 2 grid is extremely competitive. It's a really fun watch. You would think Tier 1 might be the top tier to watch with the speed and skill level of those guys, but just how tightly packed Tier 2 can be. I mean, just from 2nd to 9th, 2nd to 10th is less than a second. Ace bringing it on in. Lap was not have looked good enough to finish. Drunken Shamrock and Zeech both on lap. Zeech is further through his. He's up on his time, .187. That would be good enough to jump towards maybe 8th place. And from 8th to 11th is less than a 10th, so. Brings it through the final corner. Zeech could jump up inside the top 10. 2.92 better. Slides all the way up. Within .03 of 7th. Zeech with a P8 lap time right behind his teammate of Fox. Go up and find Fletcher just starting a push lap. We got Tilla still making an attempt here to get a lap time on the board. I know as the Red Bull team principal, I heard that Tilla was feeling a little bit under the weather today, but he is still out here locking in to chase down that championship, as he would tell me. About 20 seconds left in quali. Everybody out on track besides Kiwi and Ace. Patel is the furthest along in his lap currently. Michael Jordan game. Someone sent us some bad pizza. So we got a 22.05 on the board. Fox up to P3 with a 21.193. Fletcher invalidated, bringing it in. Who do we got next? MRK, not good enough to steal a position. Lost Golden Drift. He jumped up to 9th. We got some Saubers. NVA stayed in 5th. MB Jacobson fell to 10th. One of the drivers jumped up a little bit there. Amaro in the Haas. Still finishing out this lap from 12th. Gonna be the, I believe, the last car to cross, maybe. Jumps up to 9th. And we do still have Bum. Bum is going to be the final car to cross the line as he brings it into the pits. So Rhythms in the Red Bull takes the top spot, followed by MRK, the Fox, Man in the Box, Fletcher, NVA, Newbie, Kiwi, Omarmo, Zeech, Jacobson, Golden Drift, Tilla, Drunken Shamrock, Bum, Ace, and then Hatred down to P17. And the grid is set for Tier 2 here at Qatar.
want to, but I'm gonna try. When she left me, yeah, died a little bit inside, you know.
Completely wrong buttons here. I apologize. Need to take that quick bind off because I typed the number 2 and it took me to the opener scene. Still working out the kinks here, running OBS. But I think we have an exciting race on our hands. Rhythm's looking to extend the points lead that he has. See if I can get go back to the live screen, throw up the points, adjust their size. These are our tier 2 driver standings as they sit here. 143 points for Rhythms to MRK's 80. Fletcher, Tilla within 1 point of each other back there. Tight gap from 3rd all the way down through to about 9th. Less than 20 points separating that group there. So Rhythm's kind of running away with it at this point. You'll see if you can keep that up going through. Till 13th, the first incoming. That would be quite the drive. Quite the drive. Definitely would love to see that. That'd be impressive. But someone's got to dethrone Rhythms first, and I don't know if anyone's going to have it. MRK is the closest one. He's got some good speed, but Rhythms has just been dominant to this point. As here we go. 3, 4, 5 lights. They're out. Away we go here at Qatar. MRL Tier 2. Everyone gets off cleanly down into turn 1. Rhythms and MRK side by side for the lead. MRK's going to get a little wiggly out of the corner. It's going to leave Rhythms to get out in front. Kind of fall back through the field. Man of the box, Fletcher, everyone currently getting away pretty clean. All the way through the back. You see here Tilla working on the back end of Marmo. Back to the front, MRK. Gonna try to keep it with Rhythms as long as he can. Rhythms with a little slide there. See some possible strategies pop up automatically there. We got detail, we got position change. Let's get the tires. So interesting tire selection. Mediums, hards, all the way through the field. Man in the box in 3rd, starting on the softs. I don't think anybody did that even in tier 3. So he's looking to go from softs into the mediums. He could do the double medium there. Possible strategies show up one more time. Drivers staying single file as we look back off of turn 2. See Shamrock getting by Golden Drift here. No, Golden Drift hangs on in front of Bum as Ace rounds out the group. MRK is not going to let Rhythms pull a gap if he can help it. Gonna try and use everything he can to stay within a second, stay within DRS, get that large run down the front straight. Follow through the field here till up into P10. Everybody still, you can see running single file. Rhythms, another fast lap. On the medium is 24.53. MRK still within that second. Everybody kind of within a second of each other the whole way down. It's kind of one long, not DRS train because there's not 3 DRS points, but it is close enough. Everyone's staying together. Yeah, softs is definitely an interesting selection here from main box. Might be trying to two-stop it with the soft double mediums. I did see during my practices, this NBA gets around Fox, Fletcher, losing multiple positions there. But yeah, soft, mediums wasn't an option I saw from the AI in practice racing. So I wonder if that's something Man in the Box saw as well and thought he might give it a try. You gotta do something different to beat Rhythms here. MRK within 7/10 into the DRS zone. Only picks up about a 10th. So Rhythms, depending on those wing settings or battery usage, is pretty solid at staying out front. As we see back here, Hatred gets by Amarmo for P11. Everybody's still running kind of single file, trying to form some gaps. You see Man in the Box on the softs. You'd think he would have been able to get by MRK and Rhythms, but he's fallen 2 seconds back of MRK. NBA 1.5 back of Man in the Box. So those two drivers not going to have any DRS. No penalties currently. Not the, kind of confusing option there. Rhythm's another fast lap, beating out the softs. I mean, he's hanging on to P3, but he's falling back. As we see NBA and the Fox side by side down through turn 1. Who will prevail still side by side? It looks like NBA P4. Another scan through the field. Not a lot of people working on each other right now. Ace is 2.3 back in 17th. MRK staying right with Rhythms though. Six-tenths of a gap heading into the DRS zone. If we able to close a lot more of that gap this time. If you're going to make a shot down into turn 1, the DRS zone deploys, you're going to want to be roughly 4.5 to 5/10 back, as we saw Kiwi, newbie on the leaderboard. Big swap places there. Kiwi and Fletcher in the Ferraris, 6th and 7th. I won't make the joke. Or will I? I won't do it. Y'all are welcome. Man of the box, still on the softs, falling back from the leaders, but nobody behind is exactly catching just yet. Newbie gets the first 3-second penalty in P8. Rhythm still hanging on out front. Top 3, I don't believe, have changed positions. No, man in the box up 1 spot from start. Our biggest mover, Hatred, up 6 from last as Bum collects the 3-second back there at 16th. So probably ban Hatred up 6 into 11th. Tilla's up 3. Golden Drift, Amarmo down 3 apiece. But that gap between first and second, Rhythms and MRK, they continue to stay within striking distance of each other. Still nobody really working on anybody too much yet. Nobody really has a DRS advantage at the moment. Everybody that's got it, the car in front of them has got it for the most part. NVA being an exception there. We do have a caution. Looks like a virtual safety car, maybe. There's a full course safety car. Not entirely sure what has happened. Drivers are gonna come to the pit. I missed what happened. Interesting. So we're gonna have, looks like 4 drivers stay out. You see Ace that stayed out managed to get in between Rhythms and MRK as they came down. So man in the box switching from his softs to the mediums is not going to be able to take those about 20 laps. I do foresee another stop for mediums for man in the box. Fox at the front of the field. Tilla stayed out. He's trying that 13th to 1st strategy. Golden Drift gets a 3-second under safety car. So yeah, not entirely sure what happened. We'll have to find out in the Discord chat post-race probably. So the field's going to catch up this time. This should be safety car in next lap. Field's all bunched back up. Running order. Fox, Tilla, Jacobson, Rhythms, Ace, MRK, NBA, man in the box. We got Fletcher, Luby, Zeech, Kiwi, Drunken Shamrock, Drift, Amamo, Hatred, and Bum. Luby 9 laps completed. When the safety car comes back in. There it is, race control safety car in this lap. The advantage is going to go to Rhythms, MRK, NVA, man in the box with fresh tires. Top 3 and 5th on 8-lap old hards and mediums, 2 apiece. We'll see when the Fox fires off. As they're going to stack up, we're going to have contact. A broken wing. And man in the box. Took it right down pit road. Golden Drift, Omama falling back. Hatred. And we see right there, it goes deep into the Haas, off track. Gonna fall back there. Things get spicy on the safety car restart. And I'm sure the stewards are gonna see and hear about that one. Ace and Fletcher side by side. There's excitement throughout the field. We have more side by side behind that. Zeech and Ace. His Ace is going to fall all the way back to 9th. All the way to 10th as his teammate Newbie gets by. Back at the front, the Fox is pulled almost a second on everybody as Rhythms makes his way up into second. I'm sure his teammate Tilla had no problem letting him by on the fresher tires. And now MRK spaced out one spot. Gotta catch Rhythms until the Red Bull teammate is not gonna make it easy as DRS is enabled. MRK peeks inside, chooses to stay in line. As Rhythms is making his attack on Fox. I do presume he's going to make quick work with them fresh hards. Got MRK here still behind Tilla. Working on getting back up in the P3, trying to chase down Rhythms. Again, we saw the points gap earlier. MRK is going to have to start winning races to close that gap. We got back to Hatred here, who's falling back. Man in the box after the wing swap. All the way in 17th with fresh hards. Kiwi down in 10th, the Ferrari, 3-second time penalty. Back to Rhythms down the front of the DRS zone. And he's going to have it with no defense from the Williams. Clear around, down into turn 1. We got Hatred down into the pits. MRK working on Tilla. He's going to get it done right there. Shamrock and Omarmo going side by side for P11. See who comes out on top here. See a little bit of bumping as they continue to stay side by side. You see behind that Golden Drift and Ace also side by side as Omarmo is going to lose the spot to Shamrock. And Drift will prevail over Ace with Bum right behind. Hatred did retire the car there. So Rhythm's out front. MRK not within DRS distance of the Fox. And just like that, Rhythms is pulled outside DRS zone for Fox. Rhythms can now take those hards and probably run to the end. Gain all the gap he needs. He throws the fastest lap down. A 24.3 on hards is insane. Tilla bring it down after 11 laps. 12 laps on the mediums. We're going to see a switch to the hards there. We'll see how staying out under safety car plays. We've got Zeech and MVA duking it out, trying to get P4. Now those hards have to last quite a while here. As yeah, Fox is still yet to stop. 5-lap old hards, still about 16 laps to go. Shamrock down in 10th with a 3-second. And same for Ace in 13th. So back on Burns' point in the comments earlier, track limits are huge, lots of penalties. Jacobson down after 13 laps on the mediums. As we see that time interval 2.4 and growing for Rhythms at the front of the field. MRK still 1.9 back of Fox. Shamrock and Drift going at it back here. McLaren and V-Card. Things have kind of tamed out a little bit throughout the field as we see Jacobson and man in the box. 4-lap difference on hard tires. Newbie, I believe that is a second 3-second time penalty for that driver. Yep, up to 6 seconds. And that's currently, that would almost be enough to be almost outside the points if it finished the way it is now. But with all them other 3 seconds behind, you don't have to worry about too much. And Fox up in P2, yet to pit. Picks up 3 seconds as well. Position change, Zeech is up 6. Man in the box down 12. Biggest mover and faller. Drivers without time penalties. Fletcher's teammate Kiwi right behind. Does have a 3-second. Probably not going to look to battle his teammate too hard. Rhythm's up to 4.5 over Fox. MRK now within DRS range. He's not going to get it done that time. Jacobson with a 3-second. Was that a second penalty as well? Nope, that was a first. Drift and Shamrock still kind of going at it here. Drift, we see there, goes wide, gets a 3-second. He's gonna have the position. So yet another first 3-second. No, that's a second. So Golden Drift also up to 6 seconds in penalties. And again, it is so easy to break track limits here. Some of the high speed corners and some of the tight corners, especially when side by side. If he feels he was forced off there, he definitely could submit to get that penalty removed. But at the time, 6 seconds for Golden Drift. Do a field run here, coming to lap 17. Rhythms with a 5.5 gap on Fox. We'll see MRK here within 3 tenths. Into the DRS zone. Should get second on Fox. Down to the inside. In the spot will go to MRK. 5.3 seconds to Rhythms. Zeech, Fox's teammate, sitting in P4. We got Fletcher right on his tail in the Ferrari NBA. In the middle of the Ferrari sandwich, Kiwi. We got Newbie, Marno, Golden Drift, and Shamrock continue to duke it out for 10. Blum's kind of all alone here as Ace is 6 seconds behind. We got Tilla back at 14. We got Jacobson, a man of the box, who wants 15th more. Slight contact there. The most exciting thing on the track is currently for last place. Put on a show, boys. I think this one go away clean there. If you're MRK this season, what are you thinking? You're absolutely, if we take the Ferrari Rhythms out of it, as Fox finally brings it down, we take the Red Bull Rhythms out of the question. You are the most dominant driver on track. You could, quite possibly could be the champion. But Rhythms has been insanely dominant all season. As he gains a 3-second penalty. As I'm talking about him, talk about commentators curse. That makes things just a little bit easier, but still difficult for MRK. He's got to get within 3 seconds. He's currently back by 6. We only have 6 out of 16 drivers on track without penalties. MRK, Fletcher, NVA, Omarmo, Tilla, man in the box. If we see another safety car, those drivers are going to benefit. Got a string of 4 cars right there. All kind of in line with each other. Again, everyone's kind of spaced out. Tilla could be getting up to Fox here soon. Newbie and Zeech. We see Zeech bringing it down. Ace picks up, I believe, another 3 seconds. So again, we'll check our penalties here. We have 6 seconds on Ace, Drift. Ace is bringing it down. And Newbie. So the two drivers after 17 laps. Bringing the hards down. So we're getting a couple 2 stops here. You see there, that does move Tilla up past those drivers into 11th, but on 6-lap old hards to the 5-lap old mediums. Might lose that position there, and then again Jacobson behind. Both the V carbs on 11-lap old hards running 8th and 9th, about 3 seconds separating the two. You still see the line. Kiwi, NVA, Fletcher. And there's Shamrock with a 3-second. So he's now up to 6 as well. Finishing results are going to be thrown all over the place by these time penalties today. We got 6s and 3s and nones scattering the field. You see Fletcher with NVA and Kiwi right behind. MRK is 6.7 back of Rhythms, who's probably going to just walk away with it. And there's MRK with a 3-second. So now he's got to get up there and beat Rhythms outright. As the gap continues to increase. Not a ton of action on track. Cars are spaced out all the way around. Furthest car backs at the middle of sector 1, furthest car forward, Rhythms down into turn 1. Closest thing we have is QB, NVA, and Fletcher. NVA peaks, but doesn't take it. Tracy Junkin Shamrock dive down into the pits. Gonna replace those 12 lap old hards. Fox, fastest lap. Zeech takes it right away in the medium tires. Rhythms with another 3. Up to 6 seconds. I don't think it'll matter. But Rhythms has occurred 6 seconds of penalties. Gonna leave the penalties up there. Tons of 3s and 6s all across the board. Golden Drift with another 3, and that's going to take him to 9. Tons of drivers having a tough time staying on track. So props to Man in the Box, Tilla, Amarmo, NVA, and Fletcher, who I have now all just cursed into getting a 3-second within the next 2 laps, I bet. Got bummed down into the pits. There's a 3-car train right here. So as it sits, all these penalties up here aren't going to have any play on them. Zeech is on the same penalties as Fox, so those won't switch. The only ones I'm seeing that could is man in the box is within that 3 seconds of Jacobson, so we would see a switch there. Drift with 3 more seconds than Shamrock has, but is far enough ahead. Bum would take that spot from Shamrock, being within... well, he's not even within 3 seconds quite yet. So for the most part, with all the penalties the way they're sitting, we might only see a swap between these two positions, 10th and 11th, which I believe is the difference between 3 and 2 points. So with penalties everywhere, the field's gapped out enough that we may not see a whole ton of position swapping. Attila trying to hold off Jacobson here. Attila can get within 3 seconds of Zeech up there. He's 4.8 back and losing. He would gain another spot. We got Newbie in 12th with 9 total seconds. Matching Golden Drift. Again, kind of a 3-car line between the Ferrari, the Kick, and another Ferrari. Williams just continues to pull on that gap. We're just continuing to work our way up and down the field, looking for any excitement. As Ace down in 16th. It's his third 3 seconds. We see Jacobson still working on Tilla. Train here. NBA grabs it 3 seconds. There's another driver earning their first 3 seconds. You see Newbie get in beneath man in the box there. Nine seconds of penalties. He's just trying to. He's only got to be 3 seconds up on Shamrock. That pass, all for none currently. What it does do is help Tilla at the front of this group. Go away, when the box is going to fall back. But if Rudy goes after Jacobson, Tilla's just going to have an easier time going away. Attila will stay to the inside. Bum with a second 3-second penalty. Check back in with the group here as Kiwi is down the spot for the NBA. Newbie getting side by side with Jacobson. This indeed will help Tilla as Newbie gets by. Really messed up Jacobson. There's now man in the box is clear of Jacobson. We're down around the 3 lap to go mark here. Rhythms is out to a 5.3 second lead. It looks like the lead has shrunk a little bit. MRK with about 2.1 seconds to make up, to be within 3 of Rhythms to swipe the win on penalties. Two Ferraris and a Sauber, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Omarmo kind of all alone, 11 seconds back of 5th, 1.5 up on the Fox, who does have fresher tires from pitting so late. So we could see Fox, even with the penalty, take this position on track, see if they can gain 3 seconds to keep it. Each kind of all alone, 5 seconds back and 6 seconds up on the next positions. Newbie with 9 seconds here. Would have to get by Tilla and then pull a 9-second gap to keep the spot. But Tilla does want to keep that extra car between him and man in the box, who is also on no penalties. So Newbie's gonna have to work hard. And I believe Newbie's gonna be close enough to take another jab down into turn 1. Looks like Tilla's gonna move to the outside to try and keep it. That is unsuccessful. For Newbie to keep that spot, he's gonna pull 9 seconds on Tilla. Zeech is up to 6 seconds. So that could drop far enough to bring Tilla up a spot if both Newbie and Tilla climb up. Going too far back. Tires with 19 laps on Omarmo's tires, going just as long as the hards as the drivers up front. Don't look now, but MRK 3.5 been gaining on Rhythms. Just has to be within 3 seconds. The gap has shrunk. Both on 20 lap hards. We're a lap and a half away. MRK has closed that gap to within winning distance on penalties. There's Tilla. His first 3 seconds loses a spot to man in the box. So man in the box, Omarmo, Fletcher, 3 only penalty-less drivers. As we come to the final lap, Rhythms has to pull that gap back out to 3.001 to win it by 0.001. We got there. It's fluctuating between 3.0 and 2.9. Down to 2.8. Right down to the wire, we're down to 2.5. Half a lap to go. Rhythm's gonna have to pull half a second in the last half of the lap to keep first place. Newbie snags another 3 seconds up to 12. That should be plenty to drop behind Tilla. Rhythms a 3-second for corner cutting. 12 seconds total. Oh, he goes around off the final corner. MRK is going to go by and win it on track. Fletcher with no penalties is he within 12? I don't think he is. And he is. Rhythms is going to drop all the way to 4th. The Ferrari snag a double podium. NVA and Fox back to 6. Omarmo with no penalties is going to keep 7th. As we see Zeech and Newby crossing the line. Newby's going to fall. He's behind man in the box. Behind Tilla. Behind Jacobson. And coming down the list, I believe all these drivers are going to keep where they're at. As Bum lost it off the final corner as well. We'll hang on to P14 with Ace and Drift. So MRK has done it. Mistakes from Rhythms brings MRK to victory at Qatar here in Tier 2, Round 8. That's going to cut a little dent into the points lead that Rhythms has heading into the final weeks. As Rhythms falls off the podium completely. Also have a double Ferrari podium between Fletcher and Kiwi. What an ending we had. The gap, 7 seconds plus from Rhythms to MRK, closed down to less than 3 before Rhythms spun it out of the final corner. We take a look at our statistics here. Race winner, obviously MRK. Fastest lap was set by Golden Drift. Driver of the day, Kiwi. Most overtakes, the Sauber of Jacobson. And cleanest driver of the day we saw was Fletcher. We head down through the finishing order here. MRK, Fletcher, Kiwi, Rhythms, NVA, Fox, Omarmo, Zeech, man in the box, Tilla, Jacobson, Newbie, Shamrock, Bum, Ace, Golden Drift, and Hatred DNF'd, retired the car early. An extremely exciting race there. From Tier 2, Rhythms the driver to beat the entire race, and within the final couple laps picks up enough penalties and a mistake in the final corner to fall to 5th. So absolute heartbreak for that driver in the Red Bull. We had some exciting moments. We had some bumping and banging going on. We had a stretch in the middle that was kind of boring, but I mean, with the car spread out that far and only one DRS zone, that's what you're going to get. Yeah, to break it down, that's going to close the gap for MRK to Rhythms on top of the points. And yeah, next week I believe we have Belgium, December 21st. So that should be a good one there as well. I appreciate everyone bringing me on board to make my solo broadcasting debut for the Moose Racing League. Everybody over there, MRK, Punju, everybody allowed me to do this. I hope I didn't disappoint. As Nathan says, never count out MRK. Yeah, he's gonna come out and try and swipe this title. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank y'all for tuning in and dealing with me for, what are we on here, like an hour and a half, something like that. But everyone have a great rest of your day.